G'day ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Grand Theft Auto 5 Online Money Method video. In this video today, I will be showing you multiple ways to make millions of dollars in the game as a solo player. Of course, leaving a like and subscribing is greatly appreciated, and without further ado, let's go. Alright, so for the first money method this week in GTA 5 Online, you have got the adversary mode called Condemned as part of the Halloween event week running for the entire month of October. Now, at the time of recording, I'm not entirely sure if this particular game mode is going to be double money and RP all month. What I do know is it is paying that this week. So there's a few ways you can simply get to this game mode this week. One of them is by going to the Rockstar Featured Series icon in Legion Square, pressing left D-pad and going on call for a job. That's going to be your best bet in terms of finding a full populated lobby. Otherwise, you can access it at the top of your adversary mode selections in your pause menu or on the main menu when you log into GTA 5. So the premise of this game mode is quite simple. A maximum of 4 players is what you will hold in these lobbies, and it's pretty much a free-for-all, so you will want to be avoiding becoming condemned, as you can see on your screen here. If you become condemned, the meter or the bar in your bottom right-hand corner is going to tick down for your character. So pretty much you want to stay alive as long as possible and be the last player standing. If you are the condemned and you take out a fellow player, then they will become condemned, and if you're not condemned, you're trying to avoid that person. At first, I thought this game mode was quite boring, but to be honest, once I got into the swing of it, it was really fun, and it actually came down to a 1v1 situation. Our meters were almost worn down completely, and I was lucky enough to come away with a round win. Now, this was only one round. If you guys go on to the first to win 2 or 3 rounds, you can be making up to about $100,000, if not more, for a match win. Alright, moving on to your second money method this week in GTA 5 Online, it is your weekly regular time trial Storm Drain with a par time of 38.5 seconds. So this is just a hot tip for most weekly regular time trials. What you can do is start it up by pressing right D-pad and going to your map, then just set a waypoint to the end destination. That way it's going to make a waypoint for the end of the time trial, and basically you know the route that you need to take. This week's time trial, you're not really going to need it, so what I would just suggest you do is get to the start point of this time trial and begin your ascent along this same path that I am taking here. The main tip, or really the only tip I can give you for this week's time trial, is just pull back on your left analog stick to perform a wheelie, and I would recommend that you use a Batty 801. It's probably the most reliable and also cheapest motorcycle in the game. That is great bang for your buck. So just keep performing wheelies, and eventually you'll get to this part of the time trial. This is where you can make or break the time trial. Just jump over and try and cut it fine, pop a wheelie across the finish line, and you will make $101,000 for completing this week's regular time trial. Alright, money method number 3 this week in GTA 5 Online. Unfortunately for those beginners, you will need to own an agency, but luckily I believe a lot of players nowadays own an agency, especially for that mighty fine Dr. Dre contact. All you'll need to do is contact Franklin via the phone and request a payphone hit. So this week, payphone hits are paying double money, which is such a great way to make some additional money every 10 minutes or so. So all you'll need to do is go and approach that payphone hit or that payphone that will be ringing on the side of the road. Franklin will give you some intel, and from here you can go ahead and commence your task. The great thing about these payphone hits is it's quite an interactive way of playing the game. You get a little bit of an intel on the storyline, which is sort of relevant to the business. Well, it is actually. And the Dr. Dre contact, by the way, is a great way to make some money as well, but we'll leave that for another video. In the meantime here, what I needed to do for this task in particular was actually find a cab or a truck cab and go and wipe out the target's car. So it didn't require me having to use a weapon for this payphone hit, which made it a little bit more difficult, but more of a fun challenge. In the middle of completing the payphone hit, you can just hold right D-pad on your controller to see the assassination bonus. So by completing that assassination bonus, you will get the full payout, which we'll see in a moment here. Once I complete this task, I just need to leave the area and you will receive $90,000 for completing a payphone hit. There'll be a 10 to 15 minute cooldown period, and you can repeat this week. Alright, money method number 4 this week is your HSW time trial North Chumash with a par time of 3 minutes and 49 seconds. I'm going to show you just how to complete this with plenty of time left. It'll be effortless and it's going to be super simple for you to complete. Just go within the vicinity of the starting starting area with your HSW vehicle, press right D-pad and go to your map, then just set a waypoint to the end destination. From here, just back out of your map, go to your phone, job list, quit the job, and then start the time trial and begin your ascent to the finish line. For this time trial, I am going to always recommend the Hakuchu drag. If you guys don't have it, I highly recommend you purchase this thing, not just for the HSW time trial, but it's also going to be very beneficial in just getting around the map super quickly. Oh no, we're off the bike. Oh, not good. Anyway, I'm going to show you just how I get off the bike there, or fall off the bike and still make this time trial, or within the part time with still 20 to 30 seconds left. So the only other tips I would recommend for this time trial, aside from following the waypoint exactly how it is on your GPS, there's a few shortcuts you can take along the way here, which I'm showing on your screen here. Once you get on this main highway, it's pretty much a straight slingshot all the way through to the finish line. As you can see, just make sure you take this exit. Otherwise, you're going to be going straight through to Los Santos and missing the very important turnoff point there. So from here as well, just take a shortcut down to this escape route through the dirt trail, eventually powering right through to the finish line, or sort of almost, and making $250,000 this week. Now, your fifth money method this week in GTA 5 Online has got to be the Arena War missions. You can find these through your pause menu under the Jobs Rockstar Created section, and they'll be paying triple money and RP this week. And yes, that is for all Arena War missions. Now, my personal favorite has got to be Bomb Ball. Otherwise, there is Wreck It All, which is a personal favorite as well. But for this one here, it's quite simple. It's realistically a game of soccer or football, whatever you want to call it. Kind of like Rocket League, but it's not at the same time, if you know what I mean. Essentially, you are trying to push the bombs into the enemy's half or goal. If you get it into the enemy's goal, it's pretty much going to disintegrate that bomb and it will count as a score. Otherwise, the alternative way is to just play it till that timer in the top middle of your screen expires, and eventually all the balls will disappear and whoever has the most bombs on the other side wins the round. But the most important thing is that by the end of this match, you have the most amount of points, and in this scenario in particular, which was a 1v1, keep in mind, which went to 15 points all, it went down to a very intense sudden death, which was a bunch of fun. I was lucky enough to put my skills to the task after many years of playing GTA Online and came away with the match win, or the round win, and you can see the payout was $35,000 for a 1v1. Wreck It All was a bunch of fun as well, and realistically I would say the more players you have in these Arena War missions, the more money you're going to make. Lastly, your weekly challenge will be to take part in 2 Arena War jobs, and you'll make an additional $100,000 this week in GTA 5 Online. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that does it this week in GTA 5 Online for your money method guide. I hope this one did help you guys out, especially the solo players. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more GTA content like this. Take care, and I'll see you in my next video.